Hello and welcome to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. We are continuing along midweek. Those of us in the Northeast enjoying a lovely little snowstorm, just when we thought we were in the clear, but I guess that's the lesson in life, you're never in the clear. We continue to learn L'Zechus Hachayal Yonatan Yitzchak, Refuah Sheleimah L'Am Yisrael, and for the safe return of all of our hostages. Next chapter we have Ha'im Lomdei Torah Mitzuyim Lizkayes, or Mitzuvim. Are people who are studying Torah full time required to go to the army? Here we go. These are not easy questions, by the way. Mitzvahs Talmud Torah Eina Dochas Mitzvahs Hakiyus L'Tzava Kedei Lahatzil Yisrael Miyad Zareihem. The mitzvah of studying Torah does not push aside or override the mitzvah to draft to the army so that you can save the land and people of Israel from their enemies. Amr Chazal, the Gemara in Sota, tells us, when the Torah and Devarim gives us a list of exclusions of those who have to return from war, someone who built a house and has not yet consecrated it, or someone planted a vineyard and has not yet used it, or betrothed a woman and has not yet completed the marriage. This is talking about a melchama which is called a reshus, not one that is an obligation. Mitzvah, but one that is obligatory, what we call a melchemes mitzvah, the war that is a mitzvah. And this is considered a war where you have to save the Jewish people from an enemy. The Halacha says there very clearly that everyone has to go to war. There are no exceptions. Even a groom and a bride coming from their bridal suite, so to speak. And this is the Halacha in the Rambam as well. We find similarly that the students of Yehoshua and of King David, they used to go out to war and they didn't worry about not learning Torah. And the reprimand that the angel gave to Yehoshua because of not learning Torah, it's found in the Gemara Megillah, because this is referring to a period when they were not actually engaged in war. Let's say at nighttime, they didn't study Torah. However, about the time when they were actually in battle, there was no rebuke for that. So we're told that when Amasa had to come and enlist soldiers, he came to the sages. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says that since he found them, they were studying Torah, that according to the Halacha, he was not allowed to enlist them or draft them to the army. But again, that's talking about a war of a reshus, not an obligatory war, which wouldn't override the study of Torah. Aval, when we have to draft even those who are studying Torah to a war that is a mitzvah, to save the Jewish people from an enemy, Torah, not only you're allowed to, but it's an obligation to stop learning Torah and to go fight. The Gemara in Bava Basra tells us, they say that the sages, the Torah scholars, require no safeguarding. This is discussing something where there is no risk of life. Let's say something what the Gemara is referring to where we wouldn't cause them any embarrassment or any specific harm. However, when it comes to protecting the Jewish people, we have a mitzvah to save the Jewish people. You cannot stand idly by the blood of your brother, of your neighbor. And when it comes to Pikuach Nefesh, of course, we have to, as Mishnah Berurah Paskins, we are commanded to do the proper thing first. And even though the Gemara Megillah says that the study of Torah is greater than saving a soul, it means that the value is greater. However, from perspective of obligation, if there's a mitzvah which no one else can do, then every mitzvah will override the mitzvah of studying Torah. And certainly, how much more so, this mitzvah of saving the Jewish people from an enemy. Amnam, lagabe yichidim hamisugalim lehisalos b'Torah l'man klal Yisrael. But there are, let's say, certain special individuals, unique individuals, who their Torah study is so elevated that it's on behalf of Klal Yisrael. Hor Morenu Rabbeinu Harav Tzvi Yehuda HaKohen Cook Zatzal, so he quotes from Tzvi Yehuda Cohen, a cook, Shekol Zman She'ein HaTzava Murchach L'Gaisam, that if they're not needed to draft to the army, Mutav Shidachu As Hagius, it's better that they should push off drafting. V'yasalu B'lim Torah, they should elevate their Torah study. V'yalamdu Amanas L'Lamei Torah L'Rabim, and they will learn so that they can be able to teach Torah to the masses. And they will be doing their part. They'll be doing their contribution to help strengthen the Jewish people. Yishuv Ha'Aretz, for our security, settling the land. Peninei toch kavod gadol chaylim hamakayimim begufam mitzvah satzalis Yisrael v'Yishuv Ha'Aretz. And the conditioner of Cook said was that they do so, they study full time, giving full honor, great honor, to those soldiers who are giving of their physical bodies, giving of their lives to save the Jewish people in the land of Israel. Because this is the only way in which their contribution of studying Torah full time can really elevate and reach those levels of the strength of Israel that is needed. Is a very, very long 2-page footnote that follows this. And as you can imagine, this is not sort of an off-the-cuff, easy type of topic. Many, many different feelings about this. Again, we're expressing the opinions in the Dati Le'umi community, but certainly there are those who disagree with this, and we all have our thoughts, and there certainly is a tremendous value to learning Torah. But if you would look now, those soldiers, and I mentioned specifically those in the officer corps, many of them come from the Dati community, and they have picked up and left their yeshivos, and they are fighting as we speak to protect our holy, beloved state of Israel. So let's just hope that we can all do our part in protecting the land of Israel. As I mentioned, I'll be heading to Israel next week with a nice delegation from our shul, and we look forward to hearing about that, and I can't wait for that to happen. But in the meantime, let's keep davening for Hachayal Yonatan Yitzchak, Refuah Sheleimah Yisrael, safe return of all of our hostages. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening, and we'll see you here next time. Have a great day.